man, the plug over there. They've nicknamed him. Yeah.
Yeah, they named him the plug pretty quickly. So really proud of him. I mean, he's down probably about 30 pounds since he's been here. He's doing a good job with his conditioning and his learning, and you know, we need help inside. So that's why he's here. He's a great kid, so we're excited about him.
I was going to say the defense kind of starts with the guys up front, right?
It does. I think anywhere they would tell you the same thing, and not just that, but the guys inside up front. You know, so you know, the more havoc that those guys, the threes and the shades, and the guys who play in the nose there can create, the better your defense will be.
You say he's shown you a lot already, just losing I mean, that's for a young guy just to lose the weight like he's supposed to.
Yeah, again, I just go by his peers, you know. So when I'm up at the ACC meetings and Sean Spence and Tyler Horn say, Coach, he's out there every day, sometimes twice a day. He's going on Saturdays and Sundays. You know, means that he's on a mission and he's focused, which is great.
How's Andrew Swayze doing?
Good. I mean, you know, again, Andrew had a good spring. He's in great condition. You know, he's, you know, like a lot of these guys, he's so much further along in terms of the mental aspects of it. So, so far, so good.
Does that help having his dad as a coach? You know, how much does it help?
I'm sure it does. I mean, you know, he understands the work ethic. For Andrew, it's never been about, you know, teaching him the process. He understands the process, and I'm sure that's because of his father.
Is he playing all safety or any corner?
No corner. All safety right now. Again, he's strong and he's explosive, so I think safety's the better fit for him. And you know, I think he gleaned a lot from the spring and has carried it forward.
Last thing, how's Dallas Crawford looking?
Good. You know, Dallas, again, with him it was the other way. We're trying to get his weight down a little bit, and so his weight is down. He's in that low 190s now, and he's moving well. And again, we'll see how much he can pick up, how quickly.
Can you talk about Jeremy Lewis and the decision to move him to offense?
Just that we have, you know, depth issues there that are more glaring than what we have at tackle, and clearly, you know, Darius and Olsen coming in have fortified our depth there, and Forston being back before we thought he would has helped that situation. And his best chance to play right now is at guard.
I just want to ask you about Denzel Perryman. Has he been able to participate fully so far?
Yeah, he's been a pleasant surprise. You know, everybody obviously knows Denzel because he's always been around. He came around after school a lot to our practices in the spring, but. I know Coach D'Onofrio has expressed that very pleased with his mental, you know, approach right now, and he's learning the game, and clearly a gifted athlete. So it's funny you bring him up because he's in the mix right now at linebacker, which is good.
Coach, what's the process like to analyze all these position battles to really figure out who's, you know, after you leave the practice field? What's that process like?
Well, I guess about 15 minutes after we leave the morning, we're upstairs and we go right to film. And lunch gets brought into the coaches. So then when the kids come back in the afternoon, we go 2 o'clock special teams, 2:20 offense and defense meetings. So you know, we get about a 2.5 hour shot there to analyze the film, and then we'll do it again at night if we need to.
Did you address the Marcus Robinson switch?
Not really, only because you know, in our system, you know, it's flexible. You know, so he can whether you want to call it outside linebacker or defensive end, it's in our system he can play both.
Who does he practice with then? Like, which unit does he spend most time with?
Again, it's a flexible position for us. You know, what we call our rushes and Sams are flexible, and but he'll probably spend most of his time with the linebackers.
So, Coach, getting back to the evaluation thing, it's always a working lunch, huh?
It's a working lunch. You know, we're evaluating our systems and our personnel, and you know, pretty quickly we're going to have to determine where we're at as a team and who the two deep are at every position, and then let them compete here after about 10 days. Let them compete for that final scrimmage, and then go from there.
What impresses you the most about Brandon Linder as a player?
You know, he's just you know, he's a guy who can play multiple positions. We're trying to work him in at some center as well, but right now he can play guard. I'm not so sure he couldn't play right tackle for us, but right now he's playing guard and a little bit of center, just so we have enough depth at that position. He's bright. He's a rugged kid, and he's what we're looking for in the O-line.
The versatility for any O-lineman's got to be great to have.
Yeah, we need versatility right now because although we're experienced on the O-line, we just don't have the layers that we should have or need to have moving forward. So hopefully we'll get that. You know, we'll develop that depth by some of our smart, experienced players playing multiple positions.
Coach, how do you see your interior defensive line shaking out as far as as camp progresses, what do you want to see from those guys?
Well, what we, obviously we need to have some game records inside. I mean, Forston's a guy who, when he's right, should be one of those guys. I think Regis has had a good off season. Porter, Luther Robinson, Olsen Pierre, Darius Smith. So I mean, there's a good group to select from. There's going to be a lot of competition. Some of those guys are quick enough that if they weren't, a starter at 3 technique or inside, they could go outside. So we'll see how it shakes out.